Yeah, baby. I'm excited for this fight, guys. You all know I like my tall, long
Hey,
fighters.
Jesus.
My
Wang Gang
strippers.
returns. Holy
I
cow.
like. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brev, and this is my good buddy JP, and we're super excited to bring you guys today's episode. In this episode, we'll be breaking down, going over, and giving our predictions for every single fight on UFC 312. But before we do, we have a question for you. We really need your help with this one. Could a kangaroo kill Islam Makhachev, or could Islam Makhachev kill a kangaroo in a fight? JP's definitely on the kangaroo side, and I am on the Makhachev side. We really want to know your guys' thoughts. Maybe you can settle for it for us once and for all in the comment section. That would be greatly appreciated. Leave those thoughts down below. Without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. We have UFC 312 in Australia, the land down under. A lot of Australian fighters on this card as well. I'm super excited for this one, JP. What are some of your thoughts going into this
Um,
card, this pay-per-view? Excuse me.
the average age for this card is crazy. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm assuming it's like 25, something like that. I know we were talking about last week that we think this card's trash. Still kind of do, but the more research I did, I'm like, okay, we have potential for at least a lot of fights not going distance, hopefully. So hopefully we can see some carnage, but I mean, yeah, Australia normally lives up. Have some pretty good cards. A bunch of prospects every time. I feel like so. And then I mean, you guys know how Aussies are, man. They're crazy. They're scrappy. I'm excited.
Yeah, certainly. A lot of young fighters, like JP said, a lot of guys come up through the contender series, road to the UFC, stuff like that. We're gonna really see on this one who's who, especially with some of these younger prospects. We got a lot of good ones, and I can't wait to get into them today.
100%. See if you can go 2-0 these last 2 weeks with a lock.
That's right. I'm back in the win column with the lock. I'm super excited about that. Unfortunately, JP let us down, but that's okay. We can each have our turn letting you guys down. This week, though, I got a really good feeling, JP. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, every time I do until I watch the fighter I picked pull guard 20 seconds into the fight. So, but I'm not gonna lie, Nemov looked good. He fought well. When he got his hand raised, like Brevin hit a lock. Let's go. And I sat there and I was like, I'm not gonna. Mine's not gonna hit, dude. It would be our luck for it to not hit. And shocker. But yeah, dude, I'm excited.
Certainly. Kicking us off with the first fight of the night, we have Hyun Sung Park taking on, what's this guy's first name? Neum Jambral, Neum Jargle, Tumendemberal. We've seen him fight before. The art of the KO, the art of the knockout is this guy's nickname. Funny thing is, he barely has any knockouts. JP, what are your thoughts about this fight?
I think that was pretty good pronunciation. We'll see if other people do. Jesus Christ. Didn't realize that was such a problem. Um, yeah, this one, Tumendemberal, he fought Carlos Hernandez last time. Did we pick Tumendemberal or did we pick Hernandez?
I know for a fact that I picked Tumendemberal. I thought he would go in there and knock him out like his nickname suggested. That wasn't the case.
um, I think I did too. I don't remember. I know we like Carlos. Pretty scrappy. He's good. Tumendemberal, his reach is crazy long for this weight class. I think he's like 5'7" with like a 71-inch reach, something like that. So he's long for the weight class. He can wrestle a little bit. His shots that he throws on the feet are wide looping shots. Like he knows he can touch people when it's hard for them to get in range. He can just swing it over the top, kind of club them with it. But I don't like his striking defense. But he can normally get away with it because he grapples. Park, I like Park's power. I like his shots. They're straighter. I like his clinch work. Offensively, in the clinch, I like it a lot. I like how he mixes up the strikes. He's got decent takedown defense. He's strong. My only thing is he gets hit a lot too. And that I feel like is kind of a theme of this card. There's a lot of guys that hit hard and are decent stand-up guys, but they take a lot of shots too. And it makes it kind of sketch. To bet on the line, minus 225 for Park right now. I'll agree with it. I'll go Park. I think he can do enough in the stand-up. I think he's better, and then the takedowns. I don't see Tumendemberal just dominating him, but yeah, give me Park.
Yeah, I agree, JP. The one thing that stood out to me the last time we saw Tumendemberal fight was just he was like a one-trick pony. He threw one big looping overhand right or one big looping overhand left. He didn't put combos together. I wasn't impressed. It was him looking for the knockout, and in a game at this level in the UFC, you really have to put more things together than just one punch. So for me, I definitely think Park has that. I think he has the better combos. Like you said, the straighter punches probably will find their home on Tumen Dembrel. So for that, give me Hyun Sung Park as well.
100% on the same side to start it off. I'm interested. We both said we had a couple dogs, so I'm interested to see where ours line up. Next one, Quillen Salkilld versus Anshul Jubli.
Yeah, this should be a good matchup. First, let's talk about Jubli's nickname, the King of Lions. First of all, that's a great nickname. I will give him
Pretty
that.
badass.
Now the thing is, you better start backing it up. He's a young guy. He's 20 or 30 years old, but he's got very limited fights on his record. He's a young guy in UFC terms as far as his overall record and experience. Goes to decision a lot, does okay inside the UFC. He's 1-1. His last time out, he lost in round 3. Um, Nothing really to be impressed about his overall game. Pretty decently well-rounded. His opponent, Keelan Salkilld, on the other hand, he's the Australian guy in this one. 7-1, his overall MMA record. Like pretty closely matched up as far as experience, but 5 years younger. So he's up and coming. I like his game a lot better than his opponents on the Contender Series. He went out there, got a finish, or excuse me, got a unanimous decision, but did enough to get a UFC contract, which is impressive to me because we often don't see that. If you go to decision on the Contender Series, it's not really something that's going to warrant you a contract, but to go out there and make a statement, that's what he did. Got the contract. We'll see what he's all about on Saturday, and I'm super excited to see it. So give me Keelan Salkilld to get his first UFC victory.
Um, yeah, Salkilld. He's just kind of well-rounded everywhere. He's decent striker. It's very straight. His precision's good, and then he'll take you down. On his back, he's got an active guard on his back. I know we say we don't like them being on their back throwing shit up, but he'll constantly throw shit up and then try and work his way to exploding or sweeping and getting on top. He won't just accept it at some point, and he's not just going to constantly pull it. Unless you're Charles Oliveira, that shit never works. Yeah, Jubilee's okay. He's got good teeps, good front kicks. He's got power if he hits you. My only thing with Jubli, he doesn't move his fucking head whatsoever. Dude stands there, will not move his head, and then he goes straight backwards. I feel like with Quillen, I mean, I think he's quicker in the stand-up. Might not have more power, but he's quicker. And then he'll level change on you and take you down. I mean, Jubli won't move his head, and then he's just going to go straight backwards. It's going to be easy for him. He'll just keep pushing and pushing backwards once he's on the fence. Just level change, boom, take him down. I see him doing that all fight, if not getting like a sub. I wouldn't be shocked if he subbed him. Yeah, so give me Salkilld.
All right, next fight up, we've got Kevin Jousett going up against Jonathan Micallef.
This one's hard for me. Jonathan's going to be the much younger guy. I think he's 25. Is that correct? Yeah. 25, 20. Somebody on this card's 22. Got a lot of 29, 30. 31 might be the oldest one on this card. I don't know. Maybe not. Sean Strickland's dumbass. Kevin's slow. Kevin is so slow. He's accurate, but he's slow. And I just don't. I'm just not a fan of Joussett's game. I'm just really not. I picked Brian Battle to beat him last time. I locked Brian Battle for that fight. Imagine that. I think that was the last time me and Brevin hit a conjoined lock. Jesus Christ. Jonathan, he's interesting to me. His stand-up's not great, but he can throw it straight. He's long. He's got like a 77-inch reach. He's a big guy. And then he'll level change very nicely. I like how he mixes that up. He'll level change very nicely. He's strong in the clinch. Got good trips. He's looking to take you down. He's looking to take you down, beat you up. Look for a sub, but he's not going to like push it. He'll go to decision just beating you up on top. So it's just a matter of whether he can get Jousett on the ground or not. I don't know. I don't like Joussett's style of fighting to be a minus 245 favorite right now. When's the last time he won a fight?
Oh, the fight before Brian Battle.
Yeah, Kenan Song. And then the one before that, Kiefer Crosby. Kiefer Crosby's atrocious. Kenan Song, I mean, he's all right.
What's he supposed to do? Lose to him? He went out and beat him.
He's atrocious. Okay? Hey, Brevin Bakoyev, shut the hell up. Before that, who was it? Kit Campbell? Who? I don't know. I think it's a closer fight than they think. I don't know if they think he's just gonna outbox him. You said could. But I like Jonathan's strength. I like his trips. I something about him. I don't think Joussett's minus 245 worthy. So I'll take the dog. Take a shot here. Give me Jonathan.
There you go. Love to see it. Kevin Jousett in this one. I mean, JP mentioned about Micallef's trips and all. Jousett is a really good judo guy. That's his specialty. He's a judo specialist. He ain't getting tripped by Micallef. I'll tell you that much. Talked about Micallef's work in the clinch. That's not going to work against Jousett either. I mean, all these things that JP's quoting to kind of back his side is really just false information, if you ask me. I like Kevin Jousett a lot in this one. I mean, I do remember Jonathan Micallef's Contender Series fight. He was a huge underdog going into that one. Got caught early, and then the guy rushed in, caught a triangle. Good on him. That's awesome. When it works, it works. Triangles are very slick. They're tough to get out of. And if you get caught, you get caught. That's what happened. He got a win on the Contender Series. Some could say it's lucky. Some could say it's skill. I don't care either way. He's not going to do that to Jousett. I get that you're fighting in Australia, Micallef's home country. The crowd's going to be behind the young prospect. Good for them. It won't matter. Jousett's been there, done that, has the experience to back it up. Honestly, he should be even more of a favorite in this one. Micallef was a huge underdog in the Contender Series fight, and the guy he's fighting isn't in the UFC. Now you're putting him up against a guy that's been there, done that inside of this organization. Yikes. Give me Kevin Jousett.
I got to see him go out and get a finish or something. Outclass this dude. Beat the shit out of this dude. Dude, I don't know. Just all of it. I don't like his fighting style. I don't think he's good. I don't like the judo thing is what it is. I don't. Sure. Just like Islam said, who
gives him catching Brian Battle?
Who give him black belt, brother? I must check these black belt, brother.
Yeah, but listen, Jonathan Micallef is not Islam. I don't care what you say.
You don't know that. Islam could be in his ear. You got no idea.
I do know.
Oh man. I'm excited for this one. This one will be a barn burner, probably, if I had to guess. Cody Steele versus Rongzhu.
Yeah, we got Carson Steele, the running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, going up against Rongzhu.
Mr. Just Fumble kidding, himself.
Yeah, ball security, brother. Cody Steele, all gas, no brakes, going to press forward. He's a yoked dude. He's going to come forward, swing big, and then look to wrestle. Rongzhu, on the other hand, a little bit more calculated in his approach, probably going to be fighting off the back foot in this one. I think he's going to be the better counter striker, and he's got good defensive wrestling. So for that, I'm going to take Rongzhu. I think JP is going to dive into a little bit farther than I will, but the experience is definitely going to come into play on this fight, especially Cody Steele only having 7 fights at the age of 29. Rongzhu, on the other hand, 24 years old, and this is going to be his 32nd career MMA fight. That's impressive to me. Give me Rongzhu.
Look, this one was tricky for me, okay? Because I like Cody. All right, Cody throws hard, comes forward. He likes to put the guy behind that black line in the octagon, put him right on the cage. My only problem is he's got this brawler style where like he can wrestle and he can grapple. He's got. I mean, let me see this. Okay, I was looking at this earlier. He has a shit ton. I don't even know. Does it tell you how many? He's got a shit ton, like 20 plus grappling fights. Okay. Out of 7 wins, he's got 1 submission win. And like he just watching him, I think he just falls in love with cracking people on the feet because he hits fucking hard. He's strong. He hits hard. I just don't. Once he'll pressure him, he'll drop his hands and then boom, we're to that brawling style. It looks great when you knock the guy out and shit. Rongzhu, like Brevin's saying, is 24 years old. And he has 31 MMA fights. This is his second stint in the UFC at 24 years old. I understand his UFC record, 1-3. It's trash. I mean, watch his most recent fight, the Padilla fight that he lost. He lost because his eye looked like a fucking golf ball got stuffed behind it. His eye was massive. Ate a massive elbow from Padilla. And it just swelled up his eye. He was looking good in that fight. And I understand. Like, he still lost. I get it. I'm an advocate for that, too. But I'm just saying, at some point, he's got a guy that's just coming to press him on the back foot and then swing wildly. Boom, boom. Rongzhu hits hard. He's got great calf kicks. Cody slows down after the first round. We've seen this time and time again. These yoked guys. I've yet to see one guy that looks like this, yoked out of his mind, that can go all 3 rounds and not gas out. Happens every time. I mean, at some point, Rongzhu, Mr. Wrong Shoe, I don't know. Get him to Dick's Sporting Goods in the shoe section. All right? He's going to put on the right shoe. Can't even fucking talk because his dude's name. I don't know. Give me Rongzhu. All right?
Yeah.
He's got to get on the right track at some point. All this experience it's got to matter at some point. It has to.
Yeah. I went down to the place where you can view animals. There was no animals there, and I said, "This is the wrong zoo." I'm also taking Rongzhu. Hey, I think you made all great points there. If Cody Steele goes into deep waters, look for that gas tank to come into play. These guys, we've seen it time and time again. They don't have the cardio, especially when when they're throwing so heavy late in the fights. Not gonna be good.
This
All right.
dude said the wrong zoo. There's no animals there.
You said it was the wrong shoe, buddy. What is this, Cinderella?
Hey, I worked at
All
Dick's
right.
Sporting Goods' shoe section. Okay,
Yeah, you did.
we can get him in the right pairs of shoes. All right, get him a win.
Yeah, you did. You're a specialist. All right. Alexandre Topuria going up against Thick Boy with 2 C's, Colby Thicknesse. Yeah, you heard it here first. This isn't a women's fight, folks. This isn't a women's fight.
Whoa.
It's 2 men, but we still got some thickness going on.
Hey, settle down, Sketch. Sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
Yeah, one week this dude's talking about us in a bathtub, then he's talking about this guy being thick.
I'm sorry, that was your idea. You do the bathtub rituals, not me.
Huh? What?
You brought up the bathtub ritual.
I didn't say nothing.
I just listened to what you say.
Yeah, Alexandre, the older brother, the two Topurias. Some people, I guess, say that he, when they were growing up, was like the more talented one. Like everybody thought he was gonna be the better one. Now, obviously, everybody knows Ilya. They know the name. I feel like that might sway the line a little bit.
Yeah.
Because of the name factor. His stand-up, though, does look very similar to Ilya's. Okay, they're both good boxers, both good body, head, body. They'll throw those hooks inside, boom, boom, and then up top to end it, clip you. He's got a decent understanding of the ground game as well. He's truly just like his brother, and I feel like it has to matter too a little bit when you're training with your brother. Who, I mean, Ilya's nasty right now. Ilya's on the top of the world right now. Colby, I don't know. I don't like the way he enters. I don't like some of his takedowns, how he shoots them. His stand-up's okay to me. I just, unless he dog walks him in the grappling, which if he does, cool. I'll take that. I just think it's going to be hard for him to deal with Alessandre's stand-up, and I think Alessandre defensively with the wrestling is good enough. Give me Topuria.
Topuria. Man, it makes you wonder though, like what kept him from making this jump to the UFC for so long, you know? Why was Ilya able to have all that success and, you know, Alexandre is just kind of behind the scenes. And now all of a sudden we hear from him and he comes into the UFC at this minus 410 line. JP, I don't love it. I agree with all your points, dude. I really do. But Colby Thicknesse, he's a good fighter in his own right. We haven't seen Topuria go against top level guys. We really haven't. Maybe you can make the case for both of these guys, but there's a lot of unknowns. And for the line to be minus 410, favoring Topuria, I'm not going to bank on a last name to get a W here. I'm really not. I do think he wins the fight. He will be my pick. But at the same time, from a betting perspective, either throw some money on the thick boy or stay away from this fight because this could be a fraud check. Topuria, he's good. He fights like Ilya. They have a very similar style, but you know, he's going to have to go out there and prove it on Saturday before I can start buying into the hype.
You guys talk about throwing money at the thick boy? Where's this dude at, bro?
Yeah, we're at the Desert Flame, brother.
Oh, that is good stuff. Speaking of throwing money at the thick boy, next up, Wang Gang. The return of Wang Gang. Sitting right next to Brevin, throwing money at the thick boys. Kong Wang and Bruna Brasil.
Oh man, the Joker versus the special one. Hey, we growing up when they were calling you the special one, that wasn't really a good thing. So she might want to lose that nickname. I'm just saying. And we all know the Wayne gang. She really let us down the last time out. She was a huge favorite then. She's still a big favorite in this fight too. I don't know what to expect out of her. I really don't. But I will tell you, we won't be locking her from here on out. That's for damn sure. We learned that lesson a long time ago. This fight, both girls, I think, are going to stand there and throw hard. Bruna Brazil, she has 3 wins by KO, 3 wins or 3 losses by KO as well. So I think she's kind of one of those girls that's going to live by the sword, die by the sword in that regard. She came out against Molly McCann, fraud checked her. JP called that. I know you were happy about that. I'll give you props. All right, I really will. However, in this one, if she stands with Kong Wang, I don't think it's going to go her way. I think Kong Wang needs a fighter to stand in front of her and strike with her. We obviously saw there were some holes on the ground if it does go down there. And also, Kong Wang's got to avoid getting caught because that was the other thing, too. She got caught in her last fight, didn't defend the submissions after that point. But in this one, I will also have to stick with Kong Wang. Wang gang stand up one more time for good old boys like us. Just one time, Wang gang, please. That's all I'm asking. I won't be throwing any money on this one though. Big girls, big boys, it doesn't matter. I'll take the thickness guy. I won't take Wang gang as far as the betting goes.
My God. Dude said
Sorry,
he'd take
JP.
what? Yeah, look, hey, Brevin said it, okay? I told everybody. Bruno Brazil's gonna beat Molly McCann. Nah, you're an idiot. Oh, it's in London. Oh, the Scouser lad. Don't care, okay? Said she was gonna beat her, and guess what? She did beat her. All right, Bruno's technical. She'll fight from range. She's got decent stand up. Don't matter. Kong Wang hits hard as shit. This is what she's looking for. Somebody to stand in front of her. Yeah, she got head kicked. I'm hoping that whole loss was like kind of like a little mini wake up call.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can crack these bitches, but put your goddamn hands up. Okay? And let's be technical about this. I can't see Bruna just skating circles around this girl. Molly McCann is quite literally a can. Okay? She's not gay. But Wang Gang, she's much better at striking, and she puts girls out. Yeah, I'm also going with Kong Wang. Not betting on it, though. He makes a great point. Yeah. Not betting on it.
I don't think you can touch it. Just sit back, guys. Enjoy this fight. It's going to be a women's striking battle. And Wang does have the power to knock a girl's lights out. So, I mean, maybe if you want to sprinkle Wang by KO, sure. Bruna by decision. That's really the only way I see that fight going. All right, moving up the card. We've got the hometown kid, Tom Nolan, going up against the old Santa Claus, Vyacheslav Borshchev. That's a decent pronunciation. That's a decent pronunciation. Come on.
Pretty good. Lava Class. Seen him fight twice now on the show since we started?
I think so. On the show. Obviously, more times before that.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. This one's tough for me. I like Nolan. I don't think he's bad. He's big for this weight class. He's long. Got good straight shots. Slava Claus hits hard. I just don't think Slava Claus is what he used to be. I don't know. Ever since the Chase Hooper fight, and I know I think Chase Hooper is very good. I'm aware of that. But before that fight, ain't nobody saying Chase Hooper was a stand-up guy. And then wow, walloped him. Okay. But I don't know. I feel like Slava Claus. I mean, sue me for saying this. I feel like he's around the area of being a one-trick pony. Okay? I mean, right now he's 8-4-1. At how old is he? 33. He might be the oldest guy on this card. Who knows? But 8-4-1 at 33 with a young prospect who's been knocked out by one other kid who has really clean striking stand-up. Jesus Christ. It's almost like he just punched me in the head. Yeah, I just think it's a matter of whether Nolan pieces it together. And, I mean, sue me. I've seen these cards in Canada, these cards in Australia, Saudi Arabia, where everybody from that region wins. We've also seen these cards where everybody from that region loses. I think this is going to be what?
I was just going to say, I think it was an Australian card not that long ago where almost all Australian fighters lost.
Yeah. And then it was a couple years ago. It was the Canada fight card where every Canadian on the card won. So we've seen it go both ways. I personally think we got a lot of good matchups for the Australians here. I'm going to take a shot. Slava Claus 8-4 in his career at -135. Tom Nolan +114. It's a fight. I'm going to take a shot. Give me Nolan. Dog money.
Yeah, baby. I'm excited for this fight, guys. You all know I like my tall, long fighters.
Jesus.
My
Wang Gang returns. Holy cow.
I like my snipers. I always have and always will. Tom Nolan is that in this division. 6'3". Borshchev 5'11". Tom's gonna have the reach advantage. He's gonna have the home crowd behind him. You're getting him at dog money. I think he's got great striking. And we've seen Borshchev, like JP had mentioned, kind of slow down. Honestly, in his career, he's going to split decision against James Lontop, who's just a tough guy. He really is just a tough guy in the UFC. He's not that skilled. He just eats a lot of shots. He puts up good fights. And then he lost to Mike Davis. We all saw that bump.
Big Mike.
All right. Big Mike. JP still loves that guy. And Chase Hooper. And so I think the thing that we have to really respect with Tom Nolan is, one, he's still up and coming. Like JP said too, his only loss was against a guy that had really great striking, clean striking. And he's very skilled. He is very skilled. And I think with this being in Australia, I'm gonna also take my shot on the underdog. Give me the big train. The train's leaving the station. Tom Nolan.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Same dog call. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I just don't like the line. Borshchev -135. Hasn't looked good.
He'll look good for a round, JP. He'll look good for round one. After that, he starts slowing down.
All those milk and cookies get into him, for sure.
Yes, too many presents. All right. Next fight up, I'm super excited for this one as well. We got Jack Jenkins taking on Gabriel Santos.
Jack Leroy Jenkins. You guys should all remember the last time that we saw Jack Jenkins fight on this show. Okay, Jack Jenkins was a lock. I think he was my lock that fight. Was he? Or was he
One
yours?
of ours.
He might have been yours.
It might have been mine.
Because if you know who he fought,
He's got to be mine, bro.
it was probably Brevon's lock. And it was probably some bias thrown in there. But it didn't matter because he got the dub. Because he fought Herbert Burns, who's the biggest puss to ever fight in the UFC. Anyways. Jack Jenkins. We like Jack Jenkins a lot. Jack's strong. He's a fucking dog. He'll quite literally continue to fight until like you snap his arm. Happened in the Chepe fight. Mr. Santos. Mr. Santos has got good striking. I believe he trains under Charles for grappling. No, am I smoking crack?
Most likely.
Yeah, I think he did at one point. I don't know, but his grappling's there. He's got grappling. Jack does have a couple losses via submission. That's been proven that's the way to beat him. But his takedown defense has continued to improve. He looks great still. He hits like a fucking truck. And one thing Santos needs to do, I know Santos likes leg kicks of his own, but Santos' stance is much wider than Jack's. Jack will fucking hammer your lead leg with leg kicks. Go ask Herbert. He's probably still laying on the ground. All right? I don't know. This is another one. It's a fight. It's damn sure a fight. But you're giving me plus 190 on Jack Jenkins, who's a fucking dog, who will continue to come forward unless you put his lights out. Give me Jack Leroy Jenkins, baby. Dog money again.
Yeah. Yeah, man. JP said it. This is going to be a fight. It's going to be a brawl. This is probably one of my contenders for fight of the night, potential fight of the night. Both guys really, really skilled. I agree with your take, though. Santos does have a very wide stance. That's what I saw on film. And Jack Jenkins, if you guys know anything about this dude, he will punish that leg. He's broken people's legs before with his calf kicks. He will do it again. He made Herbert Burns look like a bum, which Herbert Burns, he always looks like a bum. And he'll snap and fracture your fibula. God, I love that dude, man. Been chatting back and forth with him on Instagram in the DMs, wishing him luck on his fight this week. He's a really cool dude, one of my favorites out there. I'm also taking dog money, Jack Jenkins, to get it done. I can't pick against my boy.
And hey, yeah, I like Santos. I think Santos is nice. Like he's got a nice little game, but Jack fights are always entertaining, bro. Always entertaining. How many is that? That's 3 for me, I believe. Is that only your second dog of the night?
Yes.
The most recent 2 back-to-back dogs, huh?
Correct.
Interesting. All right, next one moving up. I'm excited to see one of these guys fight. I guess both of them. One of them is the youngest fighter on the card. Jake Mathews and Francisco Prado.
Yeah, man. Francisco Prado, 22 years old. Man, that is a young son of a gun. He is 1-2 in the UFC. Maybe they pushed him too quick, JP. Maybe they pushed him too quick. His first fight in the UFC was in 2023. So he was only 20 years old. He's a good fighter, pretty well-rounded. Got some submission skills, got power in his hands. I just am not too sure, like, who he is at this current moment. Like, he'll have flashes of really good things, and then he'll have other moments that I'm like, probably middle of the pack kind of guy. His opponent, that's probably how you can describe him. Jake Mathews, middle of the pack. He's 13-7 in the UFC, does enough to stick around. He's kind of like your old time vet, but he's only 30. Has 20 fights in the UFC. Got some decent wins, got some not so decent losses, got some good loss. It's just kind of all over the place. I'm not sure you know what you get in him either, but this is one of those, I think both of them match up pretty good. Prado hasn't proven anything to me yet, so I'm rocking with Jake Mathews. He has the more UFC experience. I think if it goes into deep waters, he can find a way to win. He always has in his career. With it being in Australia, give me the hometown guy, Jake Mathews.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, Prado's 22. And he's got talent. He's got potential. Like you said, you'll watch him sometimes. You're like, this kid's got something, and other times he makes mistakes that like someone young in the sport would do. Like he's not gonna be the highest IQ out there just because he hasn't been in there, been around to experience shit yet. Um, my only thing is he comes forward a lot, and he'll throw bombs. He'll hit you hard as fuck. Jake Mathews, Jesus, Jake Mathews, like you said, has a lot of experience in the UFC, been around, seen everything. Um, at this point, I feel like Prado has to have a perfect fight to beat Jake, meaning he's got to put him away, sub him, knock him out, whatever it is. Because Jake is very, very well rounded. Everywhere the fight goes, Jake has been there and seen that. He's been finished. He's finished other people. And one thing I like a lot, other people might not. I do not care. I'm very high on Michael Morales. I like Michael Morales a lot. Jake Mathews took him to a split decision, I believe. Maybe it was unanimous. I don't care. I mean, Jake Mathews is just well-rounded everywhere. I think it'll be easier for Jake Mathews to have like an off night and still go to the scorecards and win versus I think Prado has to have a perfect night to either get to the scorecards and win or stop him. But I agree with you. I'm gonna back Jake Mathews.
Yeah, no, I agree with all those points. Moving up this card, we've got Jimmy Crute taking on Rodolfo Bellato.
Jimmy Crute. I thought Jimmy Crute was retired. I thought he said something about that, wanting to be retired or something. I don't know. Jimmy. Jimmy's his style's awkward. Let's say he's got an awkward, different style. He's famous for the Lionheart fight, where his leg got beat up, and he tried to stand up and stomp on it and get the crowd going to continue to fight, and he fell over. But he's not like this great wrestler. Jimmy Crute's a vet in the MMA game versus if he does get you to the ground, if it ends up there and he's on top, he knows what to do. He'll work his way through. He could get a ground and pound stoppage if you're not on your P's and Q's. You're not watching yourself. But he's not necessarily going to ragdoll you. He's not the best at getting it there. I think his stand-up's a little slow. He hits hard. I just think it's a little slow, a little too loopy for me. Rodolfo, on the other hand, this dude eats punches for fucking breakfast. His most recent fight, I don't care what anybody says, go watch his most recent fight. If that was half these other refs in the UFC, I think that fight could have been stopped and everybody would have been fine with it. But the ref let him keep going. He found a win. He fought through it. I'm just saying, sometimes you get a dog shit ref and they stop it early. Everybody's up in arms about it. But I think he's going to be the better grappler, better wrestler, have more ways to win with submissions, ground and pound, stuff like that. We just can't get fucking clipped multiple times. You got to watch your head, move it. He's kind of like that other kid on the prelims. Doesn't move his head, and he'll just eat shots. He'll drop his hands and try to fucking bob and weave like Floyd Mayweather and get clipped. But I think he can do it. I think he's got ways to win. It's there if he wants it. We just can't be an idiot. But give me Rodolfo.
Yeah. I mean, this should be a good fight. It always is with these guys at 205. They can put your lights out or they can get their lights put out. And both these guys, they are skilled on the ground. We may see a little bit of grappling and wrestling as well inside of these exchanges. Like JP said, Bellato's just got to protect his head. If he doesn't take a big shot and gets knocked out, I do think he has more ways to win, in my opinion. Bellato, some of the losses on his career, Vitor Petrino, not once, twice. Those are the two losses that this guy's taken. Vitor Petrino, not looking the best. He does have humongous power when he lands. I'll give him that. Not the best losses. The rest of it, though, he's fought really well. Like JP said, he can fight through adversity. He's just really got to stay safe. And hopefully they've worked on that. Hopefully, there was some UFC jitters coming into his first fight in the UFC against Teixeria, gets caught early, survives, finishes the fight, gets a W, via stoppage in round 2. So that's a good, recovery and way to win. But can you do it now against a guy that's fought a little bit more inside of the UFC? Granted, Jimmy Crute hasn't won since what year? 2022? That's a little rough if you ask me. Yeah, his last one, excuse me, 2020. Okay. I was still in college. Like, I don't know what to make of that. We haven't seen this guy win. We really haven't. He's on a huge losing streak. And honestly, if he does lose this one, he probably will retire or he gets cut from the UFC. One of the two will happen. I definitely think Rodolfo Bellato has a lot, on the line for this one. He's got to continue his trajectory inside of this division. And if he gets a win over Jimmy Crute, especially via stoppage, that would be a big win for him. So I'm also taking Rodolfo Bellato to get it done.
You know how happy I am that I don't have to go first for this next one? Ladies and gentlemen, this next fight is sure to be fireworks and possibly a candidate for Brevon's favorite fight of the year, okay? This man fighting, I mean, you ask Brevon his Mount Rushmore. Jesus Christ. I'm done yapping. Can't even fucking talk right. Taliesin Teixeira versus Brevon's favorite, Justin Tafa.
No, sir. No, sir. The Tafa brothers are nothing short of hot ass, if you ask me. Both these guys, we can run it up. I'll take either one of them. Hell, I'll take both of them at the same time. They gas. They're not big dudes. I mean, Tafa's only going to stand at 6 feet tall. I'm bigger than Tafa. All right, I am. The dude he's fighting, Taliesin Teixeira, holy shit, dude. 6'7". All right. Massive. He's massive. Here's the thing that scares me. Tafa, he's going to throw big looping hooks. Think about a poor man's Roy Nelson. All right. That's all he's got. Taliesin, he gets caught. He eats shots. He eats them on the chin. It doesn't look pretty, but he's undefeated because of the key word, he eats shots. He doesn't necessarily have a bad chin, at least thus far in his career. He's only 25 years old. We've seen nothing from Justin Tafa besides pulling out of fights and letting his brother get his ass kicked as his replacement. That's been the story of Tafa's career. So for this one, give me the massive favorite and massive human being, Taliesin Teixeira, to get it done.
Oh, man. This one stinks. This one stinks. I think Taliesin Teixeira sucks. I think he's trash. I think his quality of opponent's trash. Justin Tafa has proven that all you have to do is go out there, throw a couple leg kicks, and then boom, level change. The moment you get him on his back, that's all she wrote. See ya. You can write a letter home to mom. Mom, we did it. Send it to her. You'll win the fight. I don't know. Teixeira, like Brevon's saying, gets hit a lot. Throws wild. His chin's up in the air. I can see Tafa stepping through and boom, one big hook. I mean, it's heavyweight. Either one of them, you land a shot, you're going down. I don't know. We're in Australia. I know we said that, and then we just picked against Jimmy Crute. I don't know. I think it's a coin toss. I hate it, but I'm gonna take dog value on Justin Tafa because that's what he's looking for. Someone to step up on him. I'm taking Tafa. I hate Teixeira. Watching Teixeira, I hate everything about his stand-up, his striking. Terrible. I hate it so bad. For how big he is at 6'7", this dude should prod people and hardly get touched. He should watch film on Volkov and learn how to do that.
Have you not watched Tafa? I
Tafa's
get
accurate
all
at
your
least.
points. So is Teixeira. The problem is both these guys get hit. All right. I agree with your points, but to sit there and confidently take Tafa,
Oh, it's not
what are we
confident.
talking about?
It is not confident. I do not like this fight one bit. I'm not going to bet on it. Keep it away from me. But I'll take Tafa. I have more. I think Tafa can eat one of his shots versus him eating one of Tafa's shots.
We'll find out. I hope he gets his lights turned out, and I think he will.
I hope somebody gets knocked out. Give us some sort of entertainment for this fight. I don't know. I don't want to watch them get tired and then one of them fall on the other one and then not really be able to do anything, but the ref doesn't stand him up and then
You know they will. They both don't have a gas tank. Teixeira gets tired in the first round. Tafa gets tired in the first round. They won't make it past 2 without falling over dead.
yeah, it's Cheeks fight of the night. Pooh Bowl the card, that's for sure.
Why is it on the main card, bro? There was a lot of good ones on the prelims that could have replaced this one.
This is why I feel like people don't like the card, is because of this.
Oh, we should just boycott the Tafa brothers. That's what we should do.
Well, these last couple fights, like I like Jake Mathews, but the first 3 fights on the main card right now, cheeks.
Yeah. All right. Moving up. Weili Zhang going up against Tatiana Suarez.
Interesting one here. Okay. Good one here. Zhang Weili. I don't know if you guys know. Have we watched her fight yet since doing the channel?
Yeah, I believe. I think we caught that last one against Jinan Yan.
Oh,
April,
Yan
March,
Jianan.
April,
Yeah.
May. Actually, no, that was before. That was at 300. We hadn't started the channel yet.
Oh, it was right before. True. Okay. We like Zhang Weili. We like Zhang Weili a lot. Okay, Zhang Weili's a killer. All right, she's nasty. This women's division, she's good at grappling, good at stand up. She's learning English. I mean, how cool is that?
That always helps.
And Mavov don't even know a fucking lick of English. At least that one dude. What did that one dude say? That Polish guy. If I touch somebody, he already died. I mean, at least he said that.
Polish power, baby.
Tatiana. Throw some money on the thick boy. Tatiana's different. Tatiana Suarez's grappling is different. She is built different. I didn't realize she's dating or engaged or whatever. I didn't realize it's Patchy Mix's girlfriend. And right now, Patchy Mix, Bellator, everybody knows about him. How well he's been doing over there. I think, and she's going to be how much bigger?
Not much.
Really not much. Wow. I don't know why in my head I thought she was much bigger. She's only an inch taller. I mean, 3 inches of reach, but I can't see that playing a massive factor. I like Tatiana a lot. I love Zhang Weili. Unless Zhang Weili knocks her out and outclasses her on the feet, I can't see that happening. Tatiana's good at closing distance. Tatiana's good at grappling. Everybody's going to say she hasn't fought in a while, and no, she has not. I mean, the same thing happened with Mike Davis. We're hoping the same thing happens with Jimmy Crute. Tatiana's been nothing but riddled with fucking injuries. If she comes back and looks like trash, so be it. Before, she was dominating girls in grappling and beating the shit out of girls in grappling. Give me Tatiana Suarez to upset Zhang Weili. I think it's a great fight. I think it's a good fight. But I'm taking Tatiana.
Wouldn't even be an upset because right now Zhao Weili is the underdog. I will say that right now on DraftKings, she's the underdog.
She did open as a favorite,
dude,
but
yeah, well, those lines have swung probably because you made a great point. Tatiana Suarez, she is a good grappler. She's got great wrestling. Look for this fight to be something different than Zhang Weili has seen in the past. But JP, this to me, it feels like a trap, brother. It really does. Who are we to sit here and pick against one of the most dominant women's strawweight champions of all time. Weili, multiple title defenses. She reminds me a lot of Marab. Everyone wants to see her lose. Everyone's counting her out. She finds ways to win. Even in her last fight, that girl came in there with like the most hype I've ever seen behind a woman ever. Like the craziest knockout power and yada 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 and the arms of God and shut up. Jia Li, she made quick work of Yan. Okay, quick work of her. Listen, this is going to be a great fight here. I'm just not going to pick against the woman that we've seen do it time and time again. Tatiana Suarez, like you said, hasn't been active, hasn't fought in a little while. A lot of canceled bouts. JP, when are you going to start learning your own rules, my friend? You don't like canceled bouts. You pick these people with all these canceled bouts, and guess what happens? They get exposed on Saturday when the door shuts and they put the lock in it. That's why we named the channel Lock Door MMA, because there's no leaving that cage, JP. And you have to meet your maker, and she's going to meet Zhang Weili on Saturday. Give me Zhang Weili.
I mean, if she looks like shit, she looks like shit. But the way she looked before, dominant. A Bo Nickel-esque of women. Now I'm talking just grappling, okay? I'm not talking about Bo Nickel striking. Trash. We all know that.
We've all heard that story. We've all heard that story. We got buddies that met some girls at the bar, and they say, hey, trust me, the way she looked before the lights came on, that's what I'm hearing from you, JP.
Hey, I don't have no alcoholic beverages in me right now to confuse the eyeballs, all right? And that's a shitty thing to say because you know I have bad eyesight to begin with, all right?
Oh, I know.
Get me drunk in a dim lit area, anybody could look like Scarlett Johansson, okay?
Yeah, anyone could look like a kangaroo to you, bud.
Hey, I'm on the kangaroo side, all right? I'm cornering that fucking kangaroo. We're sharpening his talons before the fight goes down, all right? Islam better have a vest over them guts.
Brother, it's no match for me, brother.
All right,
Trickest Du Plessis in the main event going up against Tarzan Sean Strickland.
Tarzan. That's
still
crazy.
Knocks on the cup, man. Still knocks on the cup.
Sean Strickland was once regarded as the most controversial man in the UFC. As everybody has seen, that title has now been taken away from him. And he has been dethroned by Bryce dumbass Mitchell. Yeah, Bryce is a dumbass. Like, I would say that to him. I might DM him and send him a video.
Might as well. Strickland. We've been getting a lot of DMs lately.
Our DMs are open, apparently. Apparently that door ain't locked enough because everybody's getting it.
Everyone's DMing your boys. JP and I will be taking a business trip to Australia this weekend for reasons that we will not disclose. Okay, so if you don't hear from us for a while, don't worry. We will be back and we'll be happier than ever.
We'll be out down under. All right, getting in the water. Sean Strickland, the Perry, what's that called? The Perry Philly shell specialist. Okay, Perry Philly shell jab teep kick. It's like you just taught somebody the UFC video game, and those are the strikes they learned, and that's it. They're just going off of that, not learning anything else. Sean's okay. I mean, he's got good defense. I just personally, in this one specifically, I thought Izzy was a good matchup for Drickus because Drickus' striking is terrible. Like, he throws wild shit. It's trash. I thought Izzy would be good enough to not negate it, but kind of see through it and hit him when he needs to. But then Drickus showed us at the end of the fight, when you're both exhausted and Drickus is still coming forward, throwing chaos at you, you do one wrong move, he'll put you out. I think people, what'd they say, that Drickus robbed Sean in the first one or something like that. I think it was a close fight. I personally think we're going to see a better version of Drickus. I know Brevin says it's hard to beat the same person twice, which it is, but I don't know. For some reason, in my head right now, I just can't see Sean winning. I just don't know why. I think we see a better version of Drickus, and I think he retains, and I think he possibly might make him cry again. Who knows? He made Izzy and Strickland cry. Maybe that's how he wins. He gets these guys too emotional. A prime McGregor technique, maybe?
Maybe so. We'll have to see come Saturday. Like JP said, man, this is going to be a good fight. And yes, I am one of those individuals that believe that Sean Strickland won their first matchup. He outstruck him, pieced him up, did more damage on the feet. Now, Drickus did have the takedowns that helped him out a little bit there. It was a very close split decision. And yeah, I definitely believe Sean Strickland won that fight. So from the eye test, I think Sean is going to come back, looks sharp in the striking as well. I mean, JP is talking about, no striking on the side of Drickus. He comes in wild with hooks, tries to catch you. Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's all he does. Gas tanks will be tested in this one as well. Sean's got a good gas tank. Overall, listen, this is going to be a really good fight. It really is. I like watching these two match up. I like their first fight a lot. But you know what? I say this all the time. JP knows it. He mentioned it to you. It's so hard to beat the same guy twice. Sean Strickland's been in there with Alex Pereira, training his ass off. I think he's been waiting for his opportunity to get this one back. And this one stung him a lot. I think he's going to get this one back over Drickus, and we'll probably see a trilogy out of these guys. Wouldn't mind it, I guess, but I think that's where it goes. So give me Sean Strickland to get the belt back and new. I think he can get it done. The striking's definitely going to be there for Sean.
If he does, I'd like to see him knock him out.
He could.
I'd like to see Plessis at least pay once, because I continue to watch him and say how trash his striking is, because it is, and he gets away with it every fucking time. Blows my mind.
Yeah, man. Sean is one of those guys, though, dude. You make a mistake, he will counter you. He's got slick striking,
And he's got great defense.
Say what you want about the Philly shell. It works for Sean. It really does. Hey, man, I'm surprised that you're not going with the old Philly shell, given the fact that I feel like you're pulling for the Eagles a little bit on Sunday, huh?
That I am? I don't got a dog in the race, fam.
Appreciate you, brother. You're a Raiders fan.
I ain't cheering for the fucking Chiefs. Okay, no way I'm gonna be a Raiders fan cheering for the fucking Chiefs. But I'm also not one of these morons that just jumps on the hate train. I hate the Chiefs because I hate the Chiefs because we get beat twice a year every year. But I mean, the Eagles, I'll probably bet on Saquon to score. Maybe, I don't know. Everybody says it's rigged, then I'm gonna bet on the Chiefs again and make money.
Noah Gray anytime touchdown.
Hey. Little sprinkle.
Oh, man, I love it. Hey, that does it for the card, but that doesn't do it for the show. Let's jump into the show parlays. Don't go anywhere. We got something cooked up this weekend. I'm excited for it. Let's start with Lockdoor MMA's Lock of the Night. JP, who do you got?
This card was a little tough. Not gonna lie, this card was a little tough. I struggled for a little bit, but then watching film, thinking about styles and matchups, I told you guys, a guy that doesn't move his head. I mean, you throw strikes straight down the pipe, make him miss once or twice, and he's still standing in front of you. Not good. And then he's not going to move his head and go straight backwards. Easy for a level change after you hit him a couple times. That being said, give me Quillen. How do you say his last name? Salkilld. Quillen Salkilld, the Australian prospect, second fight of the night. Lock him up, baby.
Yeah, love that. Man, I wish I could give you another Australian, but I just got a feeling in my gut that JP's going to pick up the slack for us in the juicer. So with that being said, I know JP said all that about not moving your head, and I may or may not listen to that advice, because for my lock, I've got Rodolfo Bellato over Jimmy Crute. I think he retires Crute on Saturday. Let's get it done, Rodolfo Bellato. And JP's lock, Quillen. Salkilld. Let's go.
Quillen.
Boy, Quillen.
Who wants some?
Right. I want some.
I'll have some. Oh, man.
All right. For Brevin's basic, I told y'all I had a little gift for you. I said that last weekend. Now I've got that gift for you. All right. And it ain't going to be Santa Claus, Slava Claus. Just throwing that out there. I'm giving you 4 picks for the basic this week, and this thing's smacking. We're at plus money. I try to always get you to plus money. First pick, Yuan Sung Park, getting it done over Tumendemberal. Tumendemberal, one-trick pony. Give me Park. Next fighter, Alexandre Topuria. I think he comes out and gets a W. I don't love the line, but I definitely think he wins. Next fight, Wang gang, stand up. Gotta get her in the basic, even though I will never lock her again. And then my final pick in the basic is Quillen Salkilld. I love JP's lock. I'm throwing it in the basic right now. That's at plus 153. Make sure to get that in before those lines change.
Plus 153, a 4-piece. And you know what I was going to do? I was going to give you, make a little 8-piece all to go, you know? Oh, the Chick-fil-A special. But nope, I went 5. And all 5 that I went are the 5 dogs I have on the card. Okay? Talk about a juicer, a long shot. Oh, it's fucking juiced, all right. Okay? You hit this, putting a payment down on a house. Okay? Let's start it off. Jonathan Micallef. Who cares? He's winning. Give me Jonathan Jousett, his slow ass. I know y'all didn't think we're coming to Australia to losing a fist fight to a French dude. Okay? Throw him in there. Next one. I told you guys, he's not finding the right specialist. Okay? Brevin's over here looking for animals. Over there looking for animals. Going to the wrong zoo this whole time. Alright? Dude's putting on the wrong shoes this whole time. I got the right shoes. Give me Rongzhu. Throw him in there. Okay? Next one. Nolan. We both think Borshchev, not over the hill, seen better days. And we think Nolan is only going up. He's only on the rise. Give us Nolan. Dog money. Next one. Our boy. Gonna be scrap. Might have to sweat this one out. Jenkins over Santos. Could be a good fight, but we think Jenkins is an absolute dog. And the last one. If we manage to make it this far, might enrage people. Might enrage me. Probably will enrage me. And I'll probably smack myself the next morning because I fucking did this. Who cares? It's a juicer for a reason. Throw Justin Tafa to knock out the other 6'7" bum. Throw Justin Tafa in there, dog. Money. It's juiced this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It is freaking juiced. Plus 12,000. If you watch the show, we've hit a couple of these. Never been over plus 10K. So we'll see. We'll have to see. But if it hits, it will be legendary. And I sure as hell will never let Brevin hear the end of it. Especially if it hits with the Tafa leg, okay?
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, man, I really hope to see Tafa get knocked out. But if you pull that off, kudos to you.
That is funny, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you made it this far in the episode, smash that subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment on Kangaroo or Islam, your pick, whichever one you think wins in that fight. JP and I will be together for this card. I'm excited for it. He will be down here. I don't know how many bathtub rituals we will have to do in order to break this curse, but we'll see. And hopefully we get right on the right side of the lock wins that we need to bring to you every single week. We appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for watching. JP, I'll hand it over to you to take us home.
All right, we'll do what we need to do. Okay, we won't put the details out online, but we're gonna get this curse broke. Okay, we will do what we need to do. I mean, we'll throw money at the fat.
Whoa.
We will throw money at the fat favorites. Okay. Oh my. I'm getting canceled, man. I am getting canceled. Bryce Mitchell, save me a seat on that bus, pal. Yeah, we'll do what we need to do. Okay, Wang gang, stand up with Brevin. You know how he likes his tall, long. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, another weekend. More fights out in Australia this time. Like Brevin said, drop a like, drop a comment. It is kangaroo, but that's okay. Okay, no right answers. Maybe kangaroo. That's all right. Help your boys out at beating that algorithm's ass. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.